put the pen and the pad down so I could have time for my thoughts to realign. So I could run away and escape for just a little bit, wishing things would change and decisions weren't mine. One day maybe, but who's to say? I'm running on hopes and dreams, manifesting what's for me. No surefire way of knowing, just trusting my next step and intuition, praying that they listen. Praying that you listen. Getting high is the mission, but not like losing my train of thought. More like utilizing the skills that my mentors taught, and opening one of the hundreds of books that I bought. Thinking to myself, what if I just stopped doubting and just took the shot? What could I have been today? And it's not the takeaway, but I feel like I took a little bit away from me. A little bit of me away from me. Poor little me, but she paved the way. I stepped into these shoes and I saved the day. Facing all these shadows, now they're afraid of me. I was feeding them for a while, confusing me. Neglecting myself, I let them keep abusing me. Pouring into people that only end up using me. I seen it from the outside and now I'm choosing like of me. I don't know what I need.
Yeah. This is the life. Life is nothing more than a series of cycles. Beginnings, endings, growth, healing, stillness. But the most important part isn't the cycle itself, it's that space in between. The version of you that begins that new journey determines how everything unfolds. If you never give yourself a moment to reset, you'll carry the same habits, the same mindset, the same emotional weight from the previous chapter onto the next chapter. And then wonder why am I still here? Why am I still stuck? Peace. My name is Brynn. That's BRYNN, period. Don't forget the period. I make a statement. I am simply here to do my due diligence in the world, provide guidance, maybe some answers, maybe some questions, maybe cause curiosity and confusion. But it's good to answer those questions. It's good to be confused because then you have a question to answer. I'd rather have a question than no question. Still working on the intro here. I'm doing my best. We're gonna get it rolling over time. But this video is about mental preparation. It is about the transition moment before the transformation. If you ignore the transition, you'll repeat the cycle. Every transformation requires a transition. It's like a good movie. You're not gonna go from one scene without a proper transition into the next. Because then you're gonna wonder, how the fuck do we even get here? What am I doing here? It's like a good conversation. Good conversations go from A to B to C to D. It has a story. You are telling a story when you have a conversation. Having a bad conversation or a conversation that leaves you questionable, it's like, how did we get here, bro? Weren't we just talking about you getting a new couch? Now we're like deep in trauma. How did we get here? You know, like, how did we get here? What was the transition that brought us to digging into this? Deep trauma. The space in between. What was the space in between? See, we all want change. Something new beginnings. Shit, we might even be addicts for new beginnings. Just itching for a new beginning. Jeez. We can rarely ever settle in what we have now and appreciate what we have now because we always want something new. And even when we do achieve something, we're on to the next new thing. What's next? Right? Without even appreciating it once we get here. All right, so we all want this change, but nobody wants the pause beforehand, that uncomfortable break of, damn, what is next? Or how do I feel now that I have this? We're all so ready and so eager and come on already, just rushing new beginnings. But like, where's the stillness, the reflection, the mental preparation? Are you ready? Are you truly ready? Truly, because we say we're ready, but are we really ready? Or are we forcing ourselves to be ready, right? I feel like we force ourselves to be ready a lot of times just because we want to be without that mental preparation. This is a really good tea, by the way. This is butterfly pea, some chamomile, damiana, and rose powder. I'm running out of rose, so it was very low, but very delicious tea. But yeah, autopilot is nice and all, but when construction comes out of nowhere, right? Pothole suddenly appears. Whoa, what's going on? The wind rocking your car side to side. You're putting your hands back on the wheel. I'm not trusting autopilot to keep me safe in these conditions. I need to be in control of this vehicle. Keyword, vehicle. Because this is our vehicle. Our life works the same way as that car, as that plane, whatever else has autopilot. It works the same exact way. When things get crazy, you need to step in and be like, hold on. Let's assess the situation. Let's see what's really going on. To properly transition, you need to be able to tell your body, hold on, let's just chill and take this all in. Let's bask. You feel me? Like, basking is so important because when people think of rest, they think of watching TV, binging their show or watching movies all day. They think of taking naps. They think of taking a vacation. But the rest we're looking for in this transitional moment is intentional awareness. Intentional awareness. You feel me? Real rest is stillness. The pause. Being able to breathe and just listen to everything around you. It's like that moment. Wait, you hear it? Listen, shh. That. We're on to something. That is stillness. That is rest. That is the reset. That right there. Because that is where all of your questions are answered. We're constantly consuming and taking things in. Just take in what you already took in. Process what you already took in. Take inventory on that. Give yourself a moment to be like, that was a lot. Let's see what we're gonna do from here. That space in between, the pause, the rest, isn't doing absolutely nothing. It doesn't look like just sitting in silence and... No. It's becoming aware enough to make decisions on your own, to draw conclusions that actually make sense before life does all these things for you on your own behalf. When you clicked on this video, the title may have intrigued you, the thumbnail may have stood out, but really, I posed a question that you needed an answer for. So let's answer it. What does change look like for you? For you, right? Keyword, for you. Because mine looks the way it does because that's how it works for me. Yours is gonna look completely different. So when you envision yourself as this changed individual, what do they look like? What do they feel like? What do they sound like? How do they respond to difficult situations? How do they carry themselves? How do they process information? All of these things are so important because it is a catalyst of how you will move forward. You need to give yourself time, not only to ask these questions, but to answer them. Because a lot of our questions go unanswered. You're asking yourself these questions. This is why you're here in this video. You've asked yourself this question many times maybe, but have not sat down to give yourself the time to answer it. You need the stillness. A beautiful example I love to use is in sports and exercise. Everyone emphasizes the need for rest, whether it's a rest day where you're doing completely nothing or rest days in between specific muscle groups. I'm not gonna do arm day, then do arm day, then do arm day. I might do arm day, then I might do back, legs, arm day. We're giving ourselves rest days in between those muscle groups so that our muscles can process what we did on this arm day so that we can do it again on this arm day. Even in between sets, we're resting so our muscles can process. That little 15 to 20 second break is so important because it is the determining factor of how you're going to recover, of what growth you're actually going to have. You keep pushing your muscles, pushing them with no breaks. You won't really see much gain. Now, this could be all wrong. This video is not about exercise. It's an example, but it still holds weight because our mind works the same way. That growth happens in that time of rest. Our mind has the same qualities, the same functionality that our muscles do. And it's not necessarily a muscle, but we work it like a muscle. So why would it operate any differently? I'll give you a little story time. Here's where I messed up. Last year, I was getting so many signs from the universe to just sit down and rest. Literally, just stay home. I was outside, I was performing a lot, meeting so many people, connecting, networking, doing all these things that maybe felt like I was making progress, but wasn't what I needed in that time. To the point where I got a concussion, literally, just from playing basketball. I ran into someone else's head, and I was like, that can't be good. 3 days later, I'm performing, and I'm losing my balance a little bit. The next day at work, and I'm feeling delusional. I feel like I'm about to pass out at work. So I leave work early, go to the hospital. I'm at the hospital for 5 freaking hours, and I got a concussion. The next week, head pounding every day. The worst pain that I have ever felt. I wake up from a nap, and it hurts so much that I just roll back over and go back to sleep. I got a TV on. I can't really watch the TV because it hurts to even focus. The lights are too bright. Sounds are too loud. Like, literally, the universe was like, okay, you're not gonna listen. We're gonna do it for you. And not that the universe wants to hurt me. It did it for me for the betterment of what I needed. Like I said, I'm doing all these things that felt like growth, but it wasn't what I needed. I felt like I had to do all these things, and it wasn't even me doing these things for me. I was trying to rush. I was trying so hard to make this new beginning happen, to bring on all of this change, where I just ignored everything that I truly needed, that was calling me, that was yearning for me to just come sit down and rest, take a moment, take it all in. I had been accomplishing so many things where I'm just like, let me accomplish the next. Like, what's next? This feels so good. It's like an adrenaline junkie, but a new beginning junkie. Yeah, I think we all can be new beginning junkies. So in that time frame, I'm completely ignoring my need for preparation, my need for a transition into this lifestyle that is for me, that's waiting for me, but I'm not doing the things that I need to do to get there. I'm not acting like the individual that I need to act like. My habits don't reflect that person. My mentality doesn't reflect that person. My emotional state, my everything, the way I'm living does not reflect that person. So I'm ignoring my need for preparation just because I'm so excited to begin anew. Like, God literally says, sit down. Sit down. Because essentially I hurt myself. God didn't hurt me. I ran into that person. And then I kept playing. You know how your mom was back in the day when you playing too much, you're like, sit down, stop running. You hurt yourself. Sit down. Because now, no, I'm not about to coddle you. No. I've been telling you to rest. I've been telling you to sit down. You kept running, now you got hurt. And those are your consequences. That is what you're gonna deal with. And that is what I had to deal with. That's basically what happened to me. Yeah. I used all of that time to rest that I had no choice to answer all the questions that I had been asking, to notice all the signs that I had been getting, to change all the things that I needed to change about me, about how I carried myself, about how I walked in my path. So yeah, realistically, we transition into everything. So you can practice this skill on a daily basis. From going home to work, from summer to fall, from being single to being in a relationship, from being an employee to being an entrepreneur. We do this so much to the point where at this point, we could be masters. We could have mastered the art of stillness, masters of transition. I'm working on that title. So what does your reset look like for you? What do you do to mentally prepare yourself for that shift? And if your answer is nothing at all, like nothing, you can't even think of anything, you say, I don't know, I would recommend finding something for you. That is your homework for today. Find something that you can add in your reset, whether it's sipping on some tea, whether it's doing yoga, journaling, meditating. All of these things are a part of reset because they require breathing, they require intentional awareness, they require your presence. And that is what stillness is, presence. Allowing yourself just a moment, just a moment of stillness will help you reach miles, go distances, go long, in just minutes. I don't know. I think you should try it out and just tell me if I'm right or wrong. Transformation doesn't happen in the new beginning. It happens in the moment before it. The stillness, the intentional awareness, the reset, the pause. It's an intentional space that you create between two identities. So where we go from here is taking our mentality from go, 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 keep the ball rolling, stay on autopilot. This is next, this is next, this is next, do this, do that, do that. I have to be this person to be in this life, and da da da. We need to go from that Speedy Gonzalez to Slowy McJoey. We need to slow down. We need to go to, how am I gonna approach this new beginning before entering it? Your 3 best friends from this video: stillness, reflection, and mental preparation, because they are your defining factors in what truly happens next. If you were looking for a quick and easy fix, you would have clicked on that video that said, here's 5 things you need to do to change your life. Just do one thing. All of those clickbaity titled videos, you would have clicked on that. You would have clicked on that. But you clicked on this video because you genuinely want change. You genuinely have the capacity to change, to grow, to do the difficult things, the difficult tasks that it takes to go to that next level, right? Because I don't want 5 things to change. I don't want just one easy thing. I don't. I want all the steps that it takes, because my potential is infinite. I could be, it can't even be put into words. That's how monumental that change is. You genuinely want to change your life forever, and I can see that, and I applaud you for that. It's an honor. Drop a target in the comments if you've made it this far, and if you really do want to change your life forever, and maybe share your story with me. I'd love to hear what's next in your journey, and I hope this video helped you get there. Much love. Peace.